Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Color War Devlogs. If you didn't see the first one, I highly recommend watching it before this one, but let's get into it. This day was my birthday, so I didn't get to do very much on the game, so I decided to do some small quality of life stuff. For starters, I added these arrows to indicate where the bars would be coming out of. I might be changing the system in the future, but I feel like having that indication is just much nicer than before. I then did a bunch of coding stuff and made it a lot easier to spawn bullets whenever I want, but that's all I really did. I decided I was going to try to get as much done as possible. This was immediately stopped by me trying and failing to add a new mechanic for 3 hours, but after much trial and error, I have these cool little bullets that explode into mini pieces. It's super modular, so I can just change it up and add as many bullets as I want, which is pretty sweet, but want to know what's more sweet? Being an epic plasma gamer. For the low price of click the button, you can become an epic plasma gamer today. Consider or die. Alright, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. I then changed up the ending of the third stage of the boss attacks by making it so the crystal dude shoots some stuff and goes brrrr into the next stage. He then does some spinning around and shooting and stuff and... So my goal for today was to put as much polish on the earlier attacks as I can before moving on to the rest. I added these nice little particles to the beams at the beginning, as well as adding these particles on the spinning part of the boss. So after the crystal goes brrrr, it shoots the lasers again, but with these little dudes that pop out and attack. Then in the slower part of the song, the coin buddy comes out and helps you turn into the ship form, and he's like, "Hey, take this, it's dangerous, blah blah," and tells you how to shoot. Then he completely betrays you by sending out a test box for you to shoot. Some cool systems I set up is being able to easily set player skins and upgrades to the shooting mechanic, because later in the game there's going to be a shop system through the coin dude. Also, he has these little animations between text, which conveniently have been made into emojis on the Color War Discord, where we are groovin'. I post news and stuff, and it's pretty cool. You should check it out, link in the description. I then spent the rest of the day completely exhausting myself and finishing up the entire boss. I added a whole bunch of new attack types that can be broken by the ship. I made an upgradable system for shooting, so as you advance you can purchase upgrades to your attacks. And I added this Little Shell's Adventure inspired exit for the end of the boss. If you're unfamiliar with Little Shell's Adventure, it's the other devlog series currently going on the Plasma Studios channel, made by my partner Dominic Dodge, who also wrote the music for Color War. So after doing some wrap-up on the first boss, I started work on the world map. This is where you'll be moving around and talking to people in between fighting the bosses, where you'll find all of the juicy lore. So I made this dude, and threw him away, and made this dude. At least for now, this is the main character, and I absolutely love him. He is so cute. But I made him a nice little step-in animation, and started work on some sprites for the map. I'm going for a 1-bit style inside of the world map to nicely contrast the colors and larger sprites inside of the boss battles. Of course, having splashes of colors here and there in the world map. I first made some generic rock stuff and then put them in the game. Originally, I started making it in 3D and was gonna make cubes and stuff for the textures, but then Dominic told me that was a bad and stupid idea and I should feel bad for having it, and taught me how to make it a 2D game. And now it looks pretty cool. I put in some grass and rocks, animate the dude, and you have yourself a fully functioning mess. Now, since I'm not completely sure on how I want the story to start and progress, I'm going to stop working on the world map here for today, but keep it in the back of your mind as I go through development, because it's going to be a big part of the game. I then spent a few hours editing and uploading the last Little Shell's Adventure devlog, and went to bed. Woo! I did a lot of stuff today. The world map works, full text system works, interaction system works, camera zooming works, cutscenes, so much stuff that's just going to make the rest of the development so much easier. I've had a lot of fun working on this part of the game because it's something I've never actually done before, but it's so much better than the original Color War main map. Now, I can't keep working on it right now because I've got to get this video out, so that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you to everyone who's been watching, and thanks for all the people who left nice comments on the last video. If you haven't, check out the Discord, as I mentioned earlier, Twitter, website, blah blah blah, it's all in the description. Later, nerds.